Yo les gens, comment que ça va-t-il bien? Moi ça va, écoute. Tranquille. Oui, j'ai la dégaine d'un équipier de fast-food. Bienvenue chez Doric Burger, puis-je prendre votre commande? Un trip burger? D'accord. Ok. Le style sera totalement en opposition avec le sujet. J'ai mis cette casquette, c'est parce que dessous c'est la guerre, au niveau des cheveux. L'ensemble, je vous invite à juger. Tranquille. On se repose. Voilà. Tu t'es déjà demandé comment ces stars vivent? Parce que moi, oui, si c'est ton cas, on est connectés, toi et moi. À la fin de la vidéo, je ferai un classement des villas. Du coup, mon gars, abonne-toi. Clique sur la cloche pour ne rien louper. Le petit like qui va bien. Qui sait que j'imite? Peut-être très mal, mais qui sait que j'imite? Tu me le marques en commentaire, d'accord? T'as intérêt à le marquer. J'ai envie de découvrir tout de suite la première maison, donc allons-y. La première, c'est la maison de Ginette Paltrow. Je pense que tout le monde connaît cette actrice.
So this is the entryway here. We built this from the ground up. So it's the first time I've ever done anything like that. It was
C'est déjà très joli,
an
hein.
undertaking. I think having spent so much time as an expat in Europe and really falling in love with Georgian proportions and those
J'aime pas les
kind
carreaux
of
noirs et blancs comme
details,
ça.
I really wanted the entryway to feel like its own special room. And so with the architects, we conceived of having a fireplace, which is something you see a lot in Europe, and an entryway, and just gives this really nice feeling of warmth and welcome as you come in. The tiles reminds me of, as I said, my time living in London, and just a detail that's classic and traditional. I really like the mix of having the things that are sort of systemic to the house. They're more traditional. We have reclaimed fireplaces and old floors, and then I think it gives sort of leeway to have a more contemporary, like mixed experience with the furnishings and stuff like that.
Alors, ce hall d'entrée est très joli. Elle dit que c'est inspiré d'un style européen, pas du tout la France, ça c'est sûr. Je dirais plus côté la Grèce, l'Italie, en tout cas dans ce secteur-là. C'est très joli. Et j'ai cru voir du marbre. Carreaux noir et blanc, je suis pas trop fan. Je trouve qu'ils sont un peu vieillots. Ça reste que mon avis. Sinon, j'aime bien le hall d'entrée très sobre, très blanc. Un peu de verdure, c'est très joli. J'attends de voir les autres pièces parce qu'elle sous-entend que justement cette pièce sort du lot. Il y a peut-être un thème par pièce et justement c'est là où on va voir si elle a du goût. À mon avis, oui, on va pas se mentir. Elle a du pognon, donc elle doit avoir du goût. Souvent, ça va de pair.
This is one of my favorite little rooms of the house, the powder room. It's got all of this hand-done antiqued mirror and hand-painted wallpaper. It's got a reclaimed sink. It's got tons of different textures and metal finishes. It's really pretty. I love it. It makes me feel very grown up when I pee in here. So this is the dining room here. I enlisted my friend Bridget to help me furnish the house. She's been one of my best friends for 20 years, and I was trying to do it by myself. And I couldn't do it. But some of the things I had ordered before we started, like this beautiful table. This came from France, a beautiful furniture gallery called Quelques. And then Bridget found these really cool contemporary chairs. And this chandelier, which I can't decide if it looks like a grasshopper or lily pads or something. It's a little futuristic for me. Bridget and I don't want to say we fought, but we definitely, there was some friction, and then we landed on.
Alors, on va rester 2 secondes sur ce plan. Table et chaise apparemment françaises, ça fait plaisir. C'est peut-être pas la seule chose qu'il y aura de français chez elle, mais on verra par la suite. J'aime bien la déco. C'est très sobre, très calme. Franchement, tu dois être paisiblement posé. Je sais même pas si ça se dit. Paisiblement posé, c'est débile de dire ça, mais on va le garder. On le garde au montage. C'est très sobre. Je pense que t'es bien en mangeant là. Tu vois, ça peut paraître débile, mais manger dans une pièce qui est trop chargée en couleurs, c'est lourd. C'est très lourd. Donc là, c'est très beau. En plus, t'as une belle verrière. Tu manges face à ton jardin. C'est magnifique. On va continuer à regarder la vidéo. On va voir ce qu'elle dit de plus.
It being pretty cool and fabulous. That's what I love about it is the pearls. I think they're so beautiful and unique. There's something also a bit Star Trek about it. But I've grown to really love it.
Un peu Star Trek, ouais.
And again, we have a reclaimed fireplace here from Chateau de Ming. And then this wallpaper is so amazing. It's hand-painted by these artists in Los Angeles.
T'es vraiment abusé que ce soit une peinture.
MJ Atelier, and they also made the powder room wallpaper. They do these incredible 3D wallpapers and all kinds of different textures and colors. So I love that The wallpaper really grounds the room in kind of a more traditional feel. And then again, we have some super contemporary items mixed in. I entertain a lot. I cook all the time. And I wanted it to feel both welcoming, but also that you could have like a formal dinner party. And I think it strikes the right balance. I mean, the kitchen's right there, so we have our informal there, but it's also
Ça revient un
nice
peu à
to
ce que je
just
disais tout à l'heure, c'est
kinda
très
gather
paisible.
around here
Comme
with
elle
the
dit, tu peux
kids
retrouver
and
les
we
deux
can
univers.
spill
Un univers
pasta
très
and wine and it just
calme
wipes
pour
right
manger
off.
et un univers un peu
So
plus sérieux.
this is the kitchen.
Et ça
I
matche
love it
bien avec
so
la pièce
much,
du
the
fond,
heart
c'est vrai.
of the home.
C'est vrai, c'est
This
vrai.
was designed by the architects who did the house, Roman and Williams. They're an amazing design firm in New York.
Ouais,
And
c'est
they
beau.
did all of the architecture.
Très beau.
And they had done my apartment in New York City, which I don't have anymore. They had done this kitchen there for me, which I lived in this kitchen. It was bright and airy and white, and it had a lot of these similar details like in the cabinetry. So I wanted to pull in some elements from the kitchen that they had done for us there.
Là, pour ceux qui sont fans de
Cabinetry
cuisine,
being
franchement,
one,
là, vous
and
êtes
also
servis.
having the
Regardez-moi ce
range
piano.
be
Il est
in
magnifique.
the middle of the
T'as
room
6 feux, une plaque
because
chauffante et un
I
super
cook so
four en
much and
dessous.
I spent so much of my
Que demande le
time
peuple? En
facing
fait,
the
faire de la
wall, and my
cuisine
kids
là-dessus,
would
c'est
be
super plaisant.
in the room.
Et
So
même moi,
when
qui n'ai
it's
pas
like
forcément
this,
un
you
adepte
have the
de la
opportunity to cook
conception
and chat with
d'assiettes ou
people.
autre, voilà, j'aime pas
This
trop
is
faire la cuisine
Portuguese
personnellement,
tile.
eh
It's
ben là, je
reclaimed
pourrais
tile
vraiment
that
m'amuser dessus.
Robin
Mais bon,
from Roman
un
and
four
Williams
comme ça, je sais pas
found.
combien ça coûte.
And
Hein.
I just like
Je
look
dirais
for
bien
those
3 à
little
4 000.
elements to kind of bring
Encore, je
some
m'avance, je sais
texture
pas
and
quelle
some
marque c'est, mais
homey
bon.
feeling
Vous
in.
reconnaîtrez peut-être
We
pour ceux qui
also
sont fans
put
de cuisine.
fireplace in, which is like such a luxury to be able to have a wood-burning fireplace in your kitchen. You know, it does take me back to my days living in the UK. I had 2 wood-burning fireplaces in the kitchen. And it was just such an important element of like beating those cold, dark winters. And I just got so used to having the fires on all the time. So when Robin and Stephen and I came to sit down and design the house, you know, I said, I'd love to have, if it's possible, I'd love to have a fireplace in the kitchen. And then Bridget and I kind of came up with this really
Ça
cool
sert à rien, je trouve.
treatment to make this
Non, mais
fluting
l'utilité
with
d'avoir une
plaster,
cheminée dans sa cuisine,
which
c'est juste de la
I
déco. À
found
mon avis,
on
c'est de la déco.
something similar on like Pinterest.
À mon avis, ça tourne jamais.
And then I was
Peut-être
like,
l'hiver, le jour de
I
Noël,
think this would be such a nice
c'est
way
pour
to
faire
finish
beau.
the wall instead of just having some drywall. And then Bridget found these amazing lights that are just so beautiful. And then this I love particularly. This is like my dream to have all my pots lined up on these beautiful cast iron pots. In the fall, I love to cook. I love to braise things and make soups and stews and warming things. I always gravitate towards whatever produce is in season. Then, you know, in spring is like you start to get this abundance in California of all this.
Il y a moyen qu'il y ait un chef
I mean,
cuistot.
we get it all year round. We're very spoiled.
Moi, je parierais
But I
quand même
love
sur un petit
really
chef
fresh, like just
qui est là, qui fait la
farmers. I love
cuisine
going
de
to
temps
the
en
farmers
temps.
market and
Chef
finding
privé ou
on
alors
the
chef
fly.
directement à
My
domicile. Hein.
son's favorite
Je sais pas comment elle
recipe that
fonctionne,
I
mais
make
quand t'as une
is
cuisine comme ça, avec
turkey
autant de
meatballs
plats,
and turkey
etc.,
ragu. He loves
à part si c'est
pasta and he
pour
loves turkey
assouvir
sauce. I would say that's
ton
his favorite.
rêve
And my daughter
de cuisine
loves
parfaite,
when I
je
make
vois pas.
their pasta
Enfin, moi,
lovers.
après, ça
I
reste
think
que mon
her
avis. Hein.
favorite
C'est juste
is either
que
this
je trouve ça
lemon
un peu
parmesan
too much.
pasta that I make her, or a spicy marinara. Very easy. This also was like a dream come true for me to have these particular blue plates like on a wall, and I think it just, you know, if you get plates, you know, that have a beautiful pattern, you want to see them, and usually they're just stacked in the cupboard. So we did this plate wall, and it brings like a pop of color to the house. And then Stephen, the architect, he insisted on us realizing his rolling ladder, which I love. And I'm so glad, because there was a fight between Matt, the contractor, and Stephen about whether this would be actually like usable and workable. This is something that I learned from the woman that I bought my house from in Los Angeles, Windsor Smith, another designer. I loved how in different rooms she completely changes floors. And I think it's such a nice way to offer a distinct personality to a room. And so I'm not afraid of changing floors, as you'll see as we go through. So this is
C'est
the
vraiment
living
beau, hein.
room. It's
Beaucoup de
kind
marbre.
of bonkers in the best way, I think. I really wanted it to be a bit of a showstopper, and there were certain elements that I really knew that I wanted. I had this swing in a different house, and the original swing we lost in a fire, but I really had a vision of
Il y avait une
having
sorte
this
de lit
swing there,
suspendu.
which
Voilà, il est là.
I lie in it
Il est
all the
magnifique.
time. I mean,
Alors là,
I
pour faire
go
des
there and I
siestes,
read or talk
le
on the phone
petit
or whatever.
bonhomme.
And it's become one of my favorite
Magnifique.
spots. The lights I'm friendly with Lindsay Adelman, who's an amazing lighting designer, as I'm sure you know. And I kind of just sent her drawings of the room, and I said, just do whatever. And so she came back with this insanely beautiful, this is, I think, from her Paradise collection. I think it's Paradise City. I think it's somehow inspired by Guns N' Roses. It's just so cool, and it was so nice to give such an amazing artist like Lindsay license to just do whatever she wanted. Like, we made no edits. I just said, do it. It's like the jewelry for the living room. This bar is, I found this, I found the inspiration on the internet. This beautiful kind of jade bar somewhere. It was very modern, and so I asked Stephen and Robin if there was a way that we could kind of take the idea but make it different.
Oui,
and
on sent que la pièce a été faite par un
also
designer.
Slightly more traditional to fit in with those
En
more
fait, tous les
traditional
éléments de cette
elements of the
pièce, ils
house.
matchent ensemble, en fait. Il n'y a
And
pas un
so they
truc
drew this beautiful thing, and then
qui va pas.
Bridget and I went to the stone yard, and we were kind of like wandering around. We didn't know what material we were going to choose, and we were looking at some quartzes and some different marbles, and then we both came from different directions and like saw this and fell in love with it at the same time. I don't even know what kind of marble it is, but it's so pretty. I usually have some Japanese whiskey is usually my favorite thing to have. Unfortunately, I'm not drinking very much this year, so
Attends, elle a
I'm
dit,
having
malheureusement, je
mostly
ne bois pas
seed
beaucoup
lip
cette année.
cocktails, which is like mocktail or
Je me fie à la
sparkling
traduction,
waters,
hein, parce que
but when the time comes, I will
comprends,
heavily
mais pas
utilize
tout.
her. This
Mais si
couch,
elle a vraiment dit
I don't
ça, c'est
remember where
abusé
I
quand même.
first saw this couch, but I knew that I wanted it for this house when I saw it. I ordered it, and then I was like, Bridget, help me. And then she
Attendez, les
kind
gars,
of
ça, c'est un écran de
modified
télé?
the size a little bit. I just
Ah non,
love
c'est un
that
cadre.
it's already in
J'ai
a
pas
U
capté.
shape,
Je crois que c'était le
so that
reflet de la
people
fenêtre,
feel
le
like
truc.
they can pile
La
in.
partie
There's something
blanche,
almost like 70s
le dégradé de
about
couleur
that,
sur
which I
le
love.
tableau.
And we
Et imagine un
actually
écran de télé aussi large.
use this all the
Il doit être
time.
super confortable, son
You know,
canapé,
we
par
just kinda
contre.
moved in. We're
À
in
mon
this
avis, elle
room
se
a
soit pas
lot,
souvent
and
dessus.
It's like a
Il est tout
really
neuf,
nice
le truc.
place to sit and be together. Bit of a spa moment
Ah ouais.
happening. Understatement. Understatement. You know, I'm into wellness, so I feel like it's justified, right?
Ah ouais, il y a moyen que je sois là toute la journée.
Well, maybe I can write it off as a business expense then. I think when we were conceiving of the house, we were trying to think of just like a forever home, and what would be the few things that are just so special and that, you know, you could use when you're much older. And so we were kind of thinking it would be amazing to have a real spa, and there's one in Paris called Bain de la Marée, and it sort of mimics that in its own way. And Robin and Stephen found these amazing tiles. They're handmade, and I love all the details that they had done and the color. And it's very calming in here as well. And there's a cold plunge, excellent for circulation, a hot tub, and then there's a steam and a sauna. These are beautiful. These are Roman and Williams designed these for Waterworks. It's part of their Atlas collection, and it's beautiful. It's like this kind of industrial design, and the unlacquered brass that we have as a theme kind of running throughout the house, which I love, which gives everything such like a great hand. I come in here every day. I use it all the time. And whenever I'm in here, I'm like, pinch me. I cannot believe that this is our house, so we live here. It's so fun.
Bon, on va faire une petite conclusion, parce que là, il y a beaucoup quand même à dire. La maison en soi, elle est très jolie. Apparemment, elle n'a pas de chambre, donc elle dort pas. Non. Plus sérieusement, je pense qu'elle a montré uniquement les pièces principales. Elle n'a pas montré les pièces un peu trop personnelles. Sa chambre à coucher, elle doit avoir une salle de bain personnelle à côté, donc elle n'a pas montré. Il y a plein de trucs comme ça. Je vais parler 2 secondes de son spa, hammam, tout ça. C'est très joli. Elle sous-entend que, ben voilà, elle s'est entre guillemets inspirée d'un spa hammam qu'elle a vu à Paris. En tout cas, elle l'a laissé supposer. J'ai trouvé ça très joli. Ça m'a fait penser un peu à un style un peu gréco-romain. Spa grec, ou enfin je sais pas comment on pourrait appeler ça, mais t'as compris, tu vois un peu le style, un peu avec la pierre, le marbre et tout. C'est très joli. J'aimerais, franchement, hein, ce serait un goal pour moi d'avoir ça chez moi. Peut-être que je l'aurai jamais, hein. Je verrai si j'ai la chance et l'opportunité d'avoir ça un jour. Mais ouais, c'est très joli. Elle a une belle maison dans l'ensemble, mais j'aurais aimé voir un peu son jardin, la forme de la maison, enfin... pour pouvoir aller plus loin et potentiellement estimer un prix, ça aurait été intéressant. Après, là, on parle bien sûr de maisons à plusieurs millions. Hein. On va passer tout de suite au deuxième. J'ai envie d'en voir un autre. Là, c'est la maison de Adam Levine et de Beatty Prinsloo. Donc, je sais pas qui c'est, vous m'excuserez. Bien sûr, ça doit être sa femme. Mais je sais pas ce qu'elle fait dans la vie. Donc, on va voir.
And I'm Beatty's husband, Adam.
Tu vois, là, on
Nice
en
to
voit un
meet
peu
you.
plus, c'est bien.
Welcome to our home.
Come in.
Come on in. So this is a one-story ranch house that was at one point a Cliff May house, and I'm a huge architecture
oui.
fan. We love the fact that it's one story, super cozy, and I think it's super beautiful. And we hope you
C'est bien d'être fier de sa maison.
see, she does it for me. We're huge fans of the Commente design who did the house with us. This is actually the second home we've done together, and the furniture is very Clemency. That's not really a word, but
We're making it a word.
it's kind of all super low to the ground. These super low coffee tables we think are so cozy and amazing. With little tiny kids, it's nice because then you don't have to worry about them smashing their faces against the corners.
Son séjour, il fait très cosy. Tu vois, ça fait très salle tranquille pour lire. Là, c'est vraiment un truc chill où tu te poses. Et c'est très beau. Par contre, c'est pas dans ce style-là que je l'aurais amené personnellement.
We sit in here, listen to music when it's cold in
This is also ground zero for dance parties. Walking in the door every day, this is what we wanted to see. Rasheed Johnson is incredible. It's emotional and complicated, but also really beautiful. And so when you walk into your bedroom or you walk through the door, just a nice thing to look at, and it kind of reminds you of a lot of things. And I can stare at this thing all day. So
Yeah.
I love it so much. I love you, Rasheed. You're awesome. Kitchen time. This is where we live.
La cuisine,
We live
beaucoup plus sobre,
right
mais
here.
je
Yeah,
préfère.
this is kind of like
D'ailleurs, il y a un
breakfast,
magnifique
lunch,
piano là-bas.
dinner,
J'aime
when we
quand
have
c'est sobre,
kind
les
of
cuisines
more
sobres,
formal
bien
ones, we'll do it in the
équipées,
dining room,
des
and we'll
matériaux
show you
non pas de
guys
luxe mais
later.
nobles.
And this is a friend of
C'est
ours.
magnifique. Voilà, moi,
is a
j'adore.
great thing. Our friend Sage.
On va voir ce
Vaughn,
qu'ils en
who's
disent.
An incredible artist. I've been friends with Sage for 20 years, and we've always loved his work. And actually, when the band made this last album, kind of looking for inspiration and things like that, and I just took a look at this painting and saw that it was perfect for an album cover.
Because Sage is a good friend, he kind of hid little things for us in the painting. So you'll see, usually he doesn't really put African animals in it, but because I'm from Namibia, he did that. And then he wrote Geordie in the cheetah, which was really cool, and that's on the
And if you look and see the album cover, that's the album cover. I'm a big shoe head and a shoe collector, and these are just original Jordan 1s, and I love the aesthetic of like a worn out classic shoe. It's weird that it's in the kitchen, but whatever.
We love it.
C'est vrai que c'est
We
chelou
spend a
d'avoir
lot
une
of
paire
time
de
in the
Jordan
kitchen too, that's why
dans
this
sa
island is
cuisine.
so big.
Mais bon,
This
comme
is
ils disent,
where
ça fait la déco.
everyone always hangs out. So
Yeah, it doesn't matter how nice your house is. Everyone
kitchen
always
is-
winds up in the kitchen, so I say throw all of it into the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's where you're gonna be.
All right, so this is the theater. We have movie nights here, like adult friends, kid friends.
This is just like hang out, watch sports, watch movies.
I mean, we have
Wow.
Street Fighter, we have Miss Pac-Man. It's a fun room.
Two most important things. The kids are huge Miss Pac-Man fans.
These are also my favorite chairs in the world. They're so cozy.
They are.
And these have also come with us from house to house to house. We can't get rid of them.
It's like being hugged by a bear.
I know. This is where his awards go and his water.
I always look at these and I'm really amazed that we have them, but at the same time, that's like so silly. But, you know.
It's amazing.
It's always a nice look into the past and it makes me
Les People
nostalgic.
Awards.
Keep them here so they're not
Ça,
too
c'est quoi
showy.
celui-là?
off
J'arrive
you,
pas à lire.
like,
Music
down
Awards.
that most people
Ok.
don't see all the time.
Donc ça, c'est les trophées que lui a gagnés. Je sais pas si... on a vu
So
passer
this
des
is
noms.
like the office
Mais ouais, je crois que
kind
c'est
of
que pour la musique,
makeshift
ça.
little studio. I ended up recording a lot of the album down here, which is hilarious. Our friend Andrew Zuckerman is known for doing these incredible still photographs of animals, and be it that Beatty is always trying to save the rhinos, which is her foundation. We thought it would be a really cool thing to have down here.
You gave it to me for my birthday last year, right? Yeah. It's incredible.
Je suis pas
But it
fan
is
du
cool
tableau.
that during this whole thing,
Trop
you made
simple, en
so
fait.
much of the album in a room like this.
I'm not sure why that pinata of me from The
Wait.
Voice is here, but
It's so
that,
good.
that made its way. If you ever
C'est
get
quoi,
angry,
ça?
just beat the shit out of it if you want. Yeah.
Il est en papier
When
mâché.
you're a 10-year-old, 11-year-old kid and you're learning how to play the guitar, like Eddie Van Halen is just like, come on, you know. And he passed recently, tragically, and I wanted to try and find, you know, an old 5150, like completely jerry-rigged, bad,
N'empêche, il a
not
des belles
original,
guitares.
not very fancy or nowhere. They're just, I wanted to have one because the way he did it was so, oh, thank you. The way he did it was so cool. And so I just wanted to like mess around on one and see what Ain't Talking About Love sounded like, and it sounded great. Here it is. The bedroom is a sanctuary of sorts, and it's nice because we do spend so much time in here, whether it's just the two of us or with the kids or...
Everyone's jumping on the bed.
Lots
We
of-
still
lots
feel
of-
like
Très
kids
joli,
too,
très
so I feel like
sobre,
this room feels
sûrement
really
paisible à
adult.
dormir.
Yeah, it's nice.
Et
It's
tu
nice
vois,
like an
eux
adult
au moins
set.
ils montrent l'ensemble de
This is
leur
a
maison,
Raymond
ça me
Pettibone
plaît. Parce qu'on peut aller plus loin dans
that
l'analyse après.
I've always just kind of been blown away by what he does, and
Yeah.
to wake up to that every morning is just like a breath of fresh air. And so,
Very scary to be above the bed, especially in California, but we bolted it to the wall.
Ouais, tu
yeah,
m'étonnes.
do not try this at home.
Yeah.
This is a dumb idea.
Ils ont dit qu'il l'avait boulonné au mur par peur qu'il tombe sur eux dans la nuit.
My closet, welcome.
J'aurais fait la même.
This, okay, like very shamelessly, the muse for the closet was basically watching the famous David Letterman Kanye West interview because I saw Kanye's closet and just started to drool. And I'm a dude, and I feel like a lot of guys just like want like sweats and shoes. So I decided to make my closet like basically sweats and t-shirts and shoes because that's all I ever wear.
Yep.
Except for today.
Magnifique le placard en vrai. Le mec, vous vous rendez compte qu'il a carrément un dressing à lui tout seul. Mais il est géant son dressing. Des milliers de paires de chaussures. Des milliers d'ensembles. Il s'habille presque toujours pareil, Adam Levine. Hein. Mais c'est un luxe. Hein. Là, c'est clairement un luxe. J'aimerais même beaucoup m'en faire un aussi. Mais bon, on va avoir déjà le budget juste pour se dire, je vais me faire une pièce de 30 mètres carrés pour mettre mes fringues. Moi, j'ai un placard, pour l'instant, ça me suffit.
So don't even think about it for at least a year.
I love this bathroom. It's a dream bathroom. Have the tub and the shower in one.
In the house before this that we were living in, there was this kind of wet room that was part of the house, so we built this in because we thought it was so cool, just like be in there. Someone can be showering, the kids can be in the bath, you know, whatever. It's just kind of like
une douche de fête, ouais.
Party shower.
Ouais, c'est le genre de douche, tu rentres assise dedans, ouais.
They usually try to throw the water. I'll close this, and they like shoot me with a water gun. And they can't get me wet because, you know, I can close the door.
Well, you can't, and it's impossible to make a mess because everything can get
Ah,
wet.
c'est un sauna.
Wet room. This is a sauna where I live in most of the time.
It smells good. From the bathroom, you walk right into my closet, which is a dream come true. I think I cried.
Du coup, ça, c'est son dressing à elle.
Will lay on this day
Plus
bed
petit,
and
du
drink
coup.
a beer, just have some quiet time for myself, and look at all this stuff, and I'm like, holy. Also, the years I've spent in fashion and collecting all my vintage pieces, and now I can see them, and it's really fun, and I feel very blessed, so.
We're in the dining room now, where we dine, very rarely.
We had Adam's birthday here, we had my birthday.
Yeah, we're not too fussy about it, but when we have a big occasion,
ils ont flouté,
we hang
hein?
in the dining room. We did plaster on the walls and the ceilings and the floors, which kind of softens everything. And I think the
pourquoi ils ont
coolest thing about
flouté les
this house
tableaux,
is
là?
the fact that it's a very, very, very
Mais alors,
modern
ça sentirait pas un
house,
peu le tableau
but
volé,
for as
ça?
modern as it is,
Hein?
it's so cozy.
Non, je rigole.
Feels like you can really
En vrai,
live
je
in
sais
it.
pas pourquoi
So
ils les ont
we really
floutés. Peut-être
succeeded
que
in that.
c'est des œuvres vraiment très chères et ils ont pas envie de les montrer. Peut-être que ça vaut 1 million de tableaux et
Alright,
de dire ouais, bah c'est moi qui l'ai. Moyen, tu vois.
Love this room.
Faudrait pas qu'ils se
I
fassent
love how
cambrioler
dark
après la
and
vidéo.
moody it feels.
Enfin bref, on va éviter de dire des grosses dingueries sur YouTube.
Some of my favorite people.
Après, les vidéos, elles font strike.
Some of my favorite
Merci
people
YouTube.
on this wall. It's my wall of people I love. I love many more people other than this, but that's Bob Dylan. Miles Davis is whispering something in Steve McQueen's ear. That's an incredible picture of Pearl Jam that I love so much. That's an amazing pictures of the Beatles.
This room is fun too because we have this amazing outdoor seating
Wow.
area. We watch the Laker game, we make a drink, and then we hang out there.
Mais
and
regarde-moi
it's
la
just
taille de la
really nice.
propriété.
This is for the grown-ups. This area.
Growing up, yeah.
No kids. It's so rare to find a property with a big yard in LA. And so I think when we saw that yard, like
Yes.
we had just tunnel vision for it, and we thought to
Ouais, c'est
imagine
beau.
our kids growing up here.
Je sais pas s'ils ont des
being
enfants,
run
eux.
around.
There's a
Que je
little
vois balançoire,
dollhouse
ballon de
the girls
foot.
have that's been here on this property for I don't know how long.
We have a
Bah, chez eux, tu
beehive.
t'emmerdes
We have
pas
a
hein, quand t'es
beehive.
invité.
Sam's in charge of the beehive. We had honey.
Ouais.
We
We
have,
have an awesome gym and a yoga studio
yeah.
that I spend like 99% of my time in. We have a driveway, so you
there's
can drive your
swings
car
down
into the driveway. We have a refrigerator.
We have an
And
amazing
Bien, parce qu'ils
guest
trollent un peu
house.
aussi. J'ai un frigo,
Pool.
j'ai des
And we
snacks,
have-
j'ai de quoi boire. Il est marrant, Adam Levine, j'aime bien, moi. J'ai préféré cette maison parce que Adam et Beatty étaient plus dans la transparence avec nous. Ils ont montré plus de choses. Pour moi, le style en général me plaisait plus. C'était moins. C'était un style beaucoup plus personnel, je trouve. C'était moins générique. Je sais pas si vous voyez ce que je veux dire. Le style de Ginette Paltrow, c'était plus générique. Ouais, je sais pas. Ça représentait pas vraiment sa personnalité, ou en tout cas, je crois pas. Adam Levine, là, on retrouve vraiment une partie de lui avec sa femme Beatty. Je ferai un classement. On va regarder la troisième. Je sais plus qui c'est. Et c'est parti. Nous voici sur la troisième, donc ce sera la maison de Cara Delevingne, je crois que ça se prononce comme ça. Je crois que c'est une mannequin, si je me trompe pas. Donc on va regarder ça tout de suite. Je sais pas si ce sera la dernière, donc on verra après si on a le temps d'en voir un quatrième. Allez, c'est parti. Jolie porte bleue au passage.
Hi, guys. We've met before, right? Hi, AD. I'm Cara Delevingne, and welcome to my house. Leo, come on. Okay, yeah, see you later. Be back by 10. This house is one of my favorite places to be.
C'est très chargé comme déco.
Adult playhouse, I like to call it. So we start off here. This is one of my favorite art pieces in the house. It's James Turrell. I'm a big fan of it. I just tend to kind of stand in front of it.
C'est quoi, c'est un rétroprojecteur?
But don't stay too long because you might start to hallucinate. And as we go into this other room, this is kind of the main sitting room. If you look at the ceiling, I really love the lattice work. It reminds me of being outside. And the Gucci wallpaper is also one of my
l'impression
favorites.
d'être dans un hôtel ou je sais pas, dans un casino. C'est vraiment chargé comme déco.
Being in England, I don't know why, with like horse straps, I suppose. We have a beautiful fireplace in here for the winter.
Ça te rappelle l'Angleterre, c'est ce qu'elle a dit. Mais je crois qu'elle est anglaise. Je veux pas dire de conneries, mais je crois qu'elle est anglaise.
It will hopefully one day be used when I'm able to get my family here for Christmas. That will be amazing. So this is the kitchen. I love that color blue. I think it's one of my favorite colors. We have a massive
Alors c'est ce que j'allais dire.
So
Elle adore le
after
bleu,
the
mais
kitchen,
ça se
we're
voit.
gonna go
Porte
into
d'entrée
the,
bleue,
main
cuisine bleue.
dining room. This house
On est quand
before
même
was
sur un
built around the
style
30s,
très
before the
vieillot.
guys
Je
who
sais pas
owned it,
comment
it was
l'exprimer.
very black and white.
Là, on a un
I wanted
style
to lighten
papier peint,
everything up,
style
brighten
années
everything
80,
up.
avec
And I
une
took
plante.
one of the old
Là,
art
on a un
pieces
style avec
from my first
du
AP
jaune, du
thing with
violet.
my
Bon,
sister,
ça
and
match
I
à peu
put it in
près.
this house
Ouais,
to
je sais
come
pas,
on
elle a
next.
des goûts très anciens quand même. Après, c'est très joli, hein, mais voilà, faut
That's
aimer.
me trying to be calm. Alfie! Come here, baby. It's okay. It's okay. This house is very hard floors, so when you step on the floor too much, it hurts your feet. That sounds so spoiled, and I know it is, but I got a little mini razor scooter so I could scoot from my bedroom to the kitchen. Yeah. So now we're back into the drawing room. I call this the games room. This wicked Wurlitzer see-through piano, which I like to play piano on naked because I've been alone in this house for a long time, so generally I would be naked, but obviously AD said no to that, so I don't know why. As we come over here, again, Hugh Hefner is a big inspiration for this house. You know, this is kind of feels like my Playboy mansion. I was very lucky to work with my architect, Niccolo Bini, who I worked with on the last house. He made all of my mad, crazy ideas, which, you know, some things I thought he would say we can't do that, or that's kind of crazy, but he made all of them come to life. I would say if I was Alice in Wonderland, he'd be the Mad Hatter. So this was probably the newest thing that he helped me create. I think I called him up one day and asked for this, and he genuinely made this happen. So this is my vagina tunnel.
Je m'attendais
Shall
pas
I
à
go
ça.
through? I'm gonna
La
go
meuf,
through.
elle ouvre un passage secret.
And then you're
Et elle a un
inside.
vagin en guise de
You wanna come in,
sas.
Alfie?
Je sais pas ce qu'il y a
Come on,
dedans,
baby.
mais j'ai
I
pas envie
come
d'y
in here
aller.
to think, I come in here to create, I feel inspired in the vagina tunnel. So I'm going to show you where this lovely labia leads. See you there. Oh God, Leo, watch out. Oh my
What the fuck? Non mais c'est quoi ce truc de fou? Tu rentres dans ce fameux vagin. Je sais même pas si j'ai le droit de dire ce mot sur YouTube. Incroyable. Et tu sors par une machine à laver. Ah, mais trouve le délire là. Et j'arrive même pas à faire le lien genre sur la blague potentielle que ça peut être. Je sais pas, si vous l'avez compris, mettez-le en commentaire. Mais là je suis perdu.
The double bed bunk bed, which, you know, is great for if you have friends over, which again I haven't been able to have, but one day, this is my bedroom. Every time I walk in here, I feel calm again. Again, kind of with the theme of Alice in Wonderland, I have these like.
Bon, j'ai été perdu par le nombre incroyable d'informations qu'il y a à retenir, hein, parce que la meuf, elle a 3000 univers sur 100 mètres carrés, et elle a des délires assez spéciaux. Bon, après, c'est une artiste, on sent les idées un peu farfelues de créateurs, d'artistes, etc. Moi, ça me choque pas trop.
It's not Alice in Wonderland. Every room has a different theme. But again, I feel like the theme of this is definitely like a Mad Hatter's Tea Party. But there's like jungle theme, there's Beverly Hills Hotel, there's like an old English style in here, but also very obviously typically LA, and plants galore. So it's still jungle, but I definitely think it's a bit more mad. So then we go out here. This is kind of my little like garden sanctuary. We have like all the plants and the lemon and orange trees, and we have these curtains you can kind of close if you want privacy. This is an extremely peaceful area for me. It's like where I go sit in the morning if I need a script to read or something I need to get done. Oh, look at Alfie sitting on the bed like a good boy. These are his stairs. Or just my stairs if I need help getting into the bed. Which you never know, might happen. This is my wardrobe. Everything again, like I said, was very dark.
Alors on peut dire qu'elle a un style haut en couleur, ça c'est clair. C'est son dressing, je vois que des vêtements féminins, je vois pas de masculin. Elle aime varier les couleurs, en même temps ça va avec le style de la maison en règle générale.
It's quite scary probably for the gardener who sees me stark naked. I forget to put down the shade sometimes. And I have
Genre
the
le
steam
jardinier, il se
shower,
fait un
which is
kiff
brilliant.
quand elle oublie de
This
fermer le
towel and
store. C'est beau ça.
chair.
C'est là où
Does
tu
it
te dis
have
qu'en fait
sink or a
t'aimerais être le
house
jardinier.
sink?
Les
You know,
avantages en
depending
nature
on
ça.
my mood. This is my shoe cupboard, which is basically just trainers and boots and like 1 or 2 pairs of heels, namely these, or lots of stripper heels, which is great because they're actually very comfortable. But yeah, lots and lots of boots and lots of trainers, which again describes me perfectly. So as we go back through here, thank you, Leo, for guarding the door. Come here. This pool table is such a beautiful color. It's obviously vintage and just stunning. I'm pretty good at pools, so watch out, everybody. This is my favorite cue. It's pink. And then I like to just kind of stand.
En fait, sa maison est pleine de surprises. Je vais juste faire un aparté sur cette pièce-là. Le billard, j'adore. Je trouve un billard magnifique dans une maison. Quand tu invites des amis, c'est toujours bien d'y jouer. La pièce est très sobre, étonnamment, mais j'aime bien. Voilà, ça et sa chambre, j'aime bien.
So this is upstairs. This carpet is one of my favorites because you're just like following the tiger up the stairs. A lot of what this house was based on is like in my job and everything I do, I have to wear a lot of different hats. So I thought anyone who comes upstairs, you have to get a different hat. So, you know, there's a hat for every occasion. This is someone's personal favorite.
Mais
Usually people
jugeons
come and
l'utilité
claim
de
that
cet
hat, or
étage.
people give me a hat.
En arrivant au haut des
Depending
escaliers, on
on,
voit un mur complet avec des chapeaux
You know,
farfelus
which one shall I go for, though?
qu'elle ne mettra
This one
sûrement
will
jamais.
match my look.
Là, on a un set
Right.
de décoration. Limite, je sais pas ce qu'elle fait avec, mais on peut partir loin dans le délire psychologique. Elle a une chambre bizarre, noire et rouge, là, ça fait très maison moins de 18. Je sais pas si je peux dire le nom, donc je restreins mes mots, d'accord? Mais je pense que tout le monde a compris. C'est trop pour moi, là. Là, on est... Oh là là, magnifique.
When they're feeling a certain way, everyone needs to come up and just like get out of their heads and just have a laugh. This is the kind of like David
Mais je sais pas quel genre de fête elle organise chez elle, mais c'est violent. Hein.
So welcome. This is where I take people's money and put it into the house. I'm pretty good at poker. My poker game of choice is Texas Hold'em, but I got taught recently by my godmother, Joan Collins, some other poker styles, which I'd never heard of, like baseball. I haven't played before until I played with her, but she's very good at poker, so that's kind of funny. I did not know this, but I feel like if you can, everyone needs to have a ball pit in a near vicinity. It doesn't matter what age you are. The meaning I have from this house is you just never grow up.
Elle a quand même une super fausse à boule dans sa maison. Moi j'aime bien ça, cette façon de voir les choses, j'adore.
Joy or just the need for fun. They're really great for stress. You can't cry in a ball pit. I've tried. If you cry, jump in a ball pit. Honestly, you feel like an idiot. Honestly, any stress, like every stress I've ever had is just gone into the balls.
Quoi?
The balls
C'est quoi cette
hold the
traduction?
stress now. What?
Elle a retrouvé une paire de chaussures.
I'm gonna put that back. Are you kidding me? There's a shoe in here? That's not cute.
Elle est géante sa maison, il y a vraiment beaucoup de pièces.
This is the projector screen which comes
Il
down
y a un
from
écran
here.
qui sort du mur au passage.
The sofa, and you just get cozy and just have a marathon of movies. It's been really great. On this screen specifically, watching anything David Attenborough or like Avatar, any like big cinema movies is
J'ai l'impression que c'est la maison des trois qu'on a vues, la plus grande. J'ai l'impression que cette maison, je suis en train de me perdre dedans. Limite, il y a tellement d'informations que je me rappelle à peine de ce qu'on a vu au départ. Si, c'est bon. La cuisine bleue. Elle m'a traumatisé ça. Tu vois, limite, j'aime bien cette pièce. Là, le bleu dans le bar, ok. Le coin batterie un peu chill, bar style pub. D'ailleurs, encore une inspiration anglaise. Super, moi j'aime bien. J'aime bien les couleurs, j'aime bien l'harmonie et la chaleur que ça dégage.
Pac-Man, play two-player, you could do that for days. Kind of move around and play with people when they come over. This is a guitar I was given by Karl Lagerfeld. This is my David Bowie signed guitar. This is obviously like crazy fan girl freak out, like can't even deal. I played drums since I was about 8, so like 20 years. Again, another secret door. This room is another continuation of my old house. This is kind of a little more sexy.
Ouais, more sexy, ça c'est sûr.
Or the Pussy Palace.
Je sais pas ce que tu fais sur ta balançoire, mais je veux pas le savoir.
Like touchy, I suppose. You know, a swing if you want to play Lots of balls, mirrored
Elle aime bien les
ceilings and all.
balls.
It's the Pink Pussy Palace. That's what I call it. My mother always said, if you're bored, you're boring. So we have this like indoor-outdoor area. This is kind of like a seating area with a parrot, again, Jenga. Another bar, which is beautiful. I mean, I spend a lot of time out here because I could be trampolining. Oh no. No one thought I could do this with Prosecco, but I can. I don't know if these are
Putain, mais
meant to have
les
seeds on them,
trampolines,
but I
ils ont
don't know
été
if they're
intégrés
for
dans le
me.
sol.
But I'm just gonna
J'aime
say
beaucoup
they
son
are.
jardin.
But that'd be pretty cool. This outdoor area was mostly stone, so there was
C'est
no
clairement
grass,
pas elle qui
which
l'entretient, mais j'aime
someone
bien
that
son
loves
jardin.
green and nature, I really wanted as much grass as possible, and especially because I have dogs. So we kind of created these little islands of grass. This is definitely Alice.
On dirait,
If you take a look
on dirait un
inside,
endroit où
it's
tu peux retrouver
insane.
dedans la
It's so
voyante avec la
beautiful.
boule là.
And this
Qui
is
dit
just such a
ton
comfy, nice
ton
place to
avenir
sit when
ou
it's
ton
sunny
futur ou
and
ce que
you
tu veux.
don't wanna be
On dirait ce
in the
genre de
sun.
tente là.
I want to figure out how
C'est
to-
joli.
I mean, I don't know, put a laser show up in here or something. This pool was, again, one of the reasons why I bought the house, when I saw this pool. Everything about this house was different to every other house I'd seen. And this is, you know, where I have barbecues. Still haven't had one, but that will happen soon, hopefully this summer. You see the lions. They're my spirit animal, they're my star sign. I've met some lions in real life. They're really just incredible. But there is something to be said, like, if you get intimidated by a lion, they can smell it. But if you show no fear, it kind of just is a metaphor for how I am in life. Like, fake it till you make it, or at least just exude the thing that you want to be. I think fear is the biggest obstacle in life, and if we can kind of get over that, you can really do anything. So, I think that's all. I can't obviously take you in the dungeon downstairs, because that would be showing all my secrets. It's a joke. I don't have a dungeon. That would be weird. That's not the song, is it? Okay. Sorry, guys.
Franchement, la maison est incroyable, elle est grande, elle est haute en couleurs. Encore une fois, il y a beaucoup de passages secrets, il y a beaucoup de touches personnelles, c'est normal, c'est chez elle. Je vais en venir un peu à son tempérament. Je trouve qu'elle a une personnalité et un tempérament qui pourrait me plaire, dans le sens où je pourrais m'entendre avec cette personne. Là, ça va être très dur pour moi de faire un vrai classement. Je dirais, à la 3e place, je mettrais la maison de Ginette Paltrow. Je trouve son style un peu trop généraliste, un peu moins personnel, et on a vu beaucoup moins de choses. Elle n'a pas forcément joué le jeu en montrant des pièces personnelles. J'essaie de trouver mes mots, mais c'est vrai que sur sa maison, il n'y a rien qui me vient. Enfin, elle m'a pas marqué plus que ça, donc je la mettrais en 3e position. En première position, je mettrais quand même la maison d'Adam Levy, pour plusieurs raisons. Donc la première, c'est que je me suis beaucoup plus plu dans sa maison. Même si quand même ça se dispute avec Cara Delevingne. Ouais, c'est Cara, j'allais dire Carla. Sa maison à Cara, elle m'inspire sur certains aspects, il y a des pièces un peu moins. Mais du coup, si je dois faire une moyenne, il y a beaucoup plus de pièces qui m'ont plu chez Adam. Et personnellement, je vais mettre Adam en première place. C'est pour moi une maison plus intéressante, peut-être un peu moins grande que celle de Cara, ça c'est sûr. Donc voilà, moi c'est vrai que j'aime beaucoup sa maison et je partirai sur celle-ci en premier. Et du coup, je mets la maison de Cara en 2e. J'espère que la vidéo vous aura plu, ça commence à être long, donc on va pas en regarder un 4e. Je vous invite à vous abonner, à activer la cloche pour ne rien louper, à mettre un like, car ça fait ultra plaisir, à commenter la vidéo, commentez, vous-même faites votre classement dans l'espace commentaire. Dites-moi quels sont vos goûts. C'est vrai que ça peut être intéressant de comparer les goûts de chacun, comment vous auriez agencé telle ou telle pièce. Sur ce, n'oubliez pas qu'on est tous ravagés de quelque chose. Bye! Abonne-toi, et ensuite pose ton like, que je monte dans les stats, que l'on me remarque aux 2 pages. T'es avec moi, à présent tu me suis, dans ta zone d'abonnement, moi c'est Doric. Maintenant tu fais partie de la ravage family, clique sur la cloche pour avoir les notifs, pour t'évader, tu m'as trouvé, je vais faire en sorte de te donner les clés, de se regrouper, on ne fait qu'un, continue à le faire, ça c'est sûr, c'est certain, yeah.